Let's start the party.
From hottest topics in the news to one-on-one interviews and all the hit tunes you want to hear, this is What's Hot.
It is What's Hot with Shimei Cook. I am Shimei Cook. It is cold outside, but guess what? We're keeping it hot here in the studio. It's What's Hot with Shimei Cook. I got my guest co-host, the one and only Miss Beverly Mahone. You may know her from Instagram, and she's a new friend to the show. Welcome. Thank you so much, Miss Mahone, for coming on the show. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you very much for inviting me. It should be a lot of fun.
Yes, and you are a radio veteran. You said you haven't been doing this in 20 years, but it's okay. We're gonna have a fun show, and I appreciate you for coming on today. On today's show, as every show, we have you covered with the hot headlines, the hot report, and on today's show we have an NCCU professor, Mr. Brett Chambers. He's going to be here talking to us, and he's actually an NABJ member of here in the Raleigh-Durham area, and he's part of a lot of other things, and he's going to be spreading his knowledge of what it takes to be in this broadcast business. So hopefully you guys tune in for that. But first, as always, as we do every show, we're going to start the show off with some positivity, giving somebody the credit they deserve for being great in a segment called The Hot Spotlight. But first, here's Kill Bill, SZA, here on NCCU Audio Net. It's What's Hot with Shimei Cook. SZA, Kill Bill, here on NCCU Audio Net. Is What's Hot with Shimei Cook. I am Shimei Cook. I got my special guest co-host, Miss Beverly Mahone, in the building. How you doing, Miss Bev? Auntie
I'm
Bev?
alive and kicking.
That's
Any day above ground is a good day.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So let's start the show off as we do every show with some positivity, giving somebody the credit they deserve for being great. So today, I'm going to give this hot spotlight to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Because, we had Monday off due to his birthday, his national holiday, and I want to give him the credit because he has an outstanding legacy for distributing civil rights for African Americans in America and across the world as well. And it was a definition of black excellence, along with his help of his wife and supporter, Coretta Scott King. And he has done so much great. I am in the school system because of him, because of his advocacy. And, I'm able to do this show because back in the day, people that looked like me and Auntie Bev could not do things that we are doing today. And that's because of Dr. King. And I'm forever grateful for his sacrifices and for what he did for our nation and for the culture. Now, Auntie Bev, who are you going to give the hot spotlight to?
Well, he's not as great as Dr. King yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
However, I want to give a hot spotlight shout out to my 17-year-old grandson, Gerard.
Okay.
Gerard is the reason Auntie Bev was created on TikTok.
Wow. 3
years ago.
Yeah.
This young man saw a gift in me that I really didn't recognize. Not to that degree.
Got you.
And suggested that I use that gift to teach his peers how to better communicate. I resisted. But he guided me through.
Okay.
He helped me understand more about algorithms, about how to relate to young people.
Got you.
And because of his tenacity, because he was very tenacious now in trying to get grandma on the TikTok, I have to salute him, and I am forever grateful, and I believe that he's destined for greatness. And even if he doesn't recognize it now, because he doesn't see his greatness, he doesn't see it. He just sees he's helping grandma. That's all he sees. He doesn't see it as a real business. He's just like, oh, I remember when grandma had like 17 followers and she got like 5 clicks. And now I have like over 2 million followers and I'm getting all of these likes. And so he just sees it from that perspective.
Oh, that's just the sweetest. I love, I was very close with my great grandmother. She passed when I was a freshman in high school. And I love I just love the relationship of a grandson and a grandmother. I just love that. And I love that for you, Auntie Bev, and good for you, and shout out to your grandson. Now, if you want to give someone the hot spotlight, to give them the credit they deserve for being great. Call us up. 919-579-2444 is the number. Up next, we got you covered with the hot headlines. And Dr. Johnson Akalele, he announced his retirement, the chancellor of NCCU. That's next. Is What's Hot with Shimei.
You're listening to What's Hot on NCCU AudioNet.
It's What's Up with Shimei Cook. I am Shimei Cook. I got my guest co-host, Miss Beverly Mahone, in the building. How you doing, Auntie Bev?
I'm well here. I'm just enjoying it all. Learning some new music.
Yeah. You learn something new every day. But let's get into these hot headlines. Here we go. All right, we're going to go there. Well, it is What's Hot with Shimei Cook, so we go there all the time.
Okay.
These are the stories heating up in the news.
Someone is not doing their job correctly because this is blasphemous. I'm sorry.
This is Hot Headlines
Allegedly.
Okay.
on What's Hot.
All right, man, Auntie Bev, you like that intro, didn't you? I saw you laughing.
Yes.
All right, let's get into these hot headlines. So, recently, last week, actually, after we went live last week, our first show back of the semester, our Chancellor Johnson Akalele, he announced that he is retiring at the end of this semester of this academic school year. So he put a statement out to to the NCCU community saying, quote, "I am deeply grateful to have had the opportunity to lead this esteemed university through a period of growth and innovation, a period when the institution was primed from transform change." Major props to Chancellor Johnson Akalele. Has a great career. He helped approve some of these buildings, these new dorms and stuff. And enrollment has been going up for him. But wishing him nothing but the best. Happy retirement. Right, Auntie Bev?
Yes. Happy retirement.
Happy retirement.
I was here when Julius Chambers was chancellor.
Wow.
That's been a long time ago.
That's a long time ago.
Yes.
Okay. So let's get into federal prosecutors are seeking the death penalty for the Buffalo, New York supermarket gunman. It was a picture that went viral of him crying, and a lot of people were saying, "Why are you crying? The family should be crying." Seeking the death penalty, and it was really his goal was to kill black people. That was his goal. He killed 10 black people in a racial motivated supermarket shooting in 2022. I'm still sending healing energy to these families that lost their family members due to people not having a heart and being very, idiotic with these targeted shootings. Right, Auntie Beth?
Absolutely. I think his actions showed his cowardice.
Yeah.
I think his actions showed just how animus, his hatred for black people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just, and I don't know how you get there mentally.
Yeah.
That's what I don't know. How do you
makes no
get
sense.
there?
Makes no sense whatsoever. Like, why would you wake up one morning and say, "I'm just going to go to a supermarket and just shoot black people"? Like, who does that? That makes no sense.
Where is that? Yeah.
That makes no sense.
I think, we don't want to say, everybody wants to say, "Oh, well, he came from a good family. Nobody saw it coming." People always see it coming.
Yeah.
They just ignore the signs.
Yeah. True. Yeah, that is very true. Like I said, sending healing energy to those families that lost their family members. There was 10 people that lost their lives due to that shooting. In other news, a Texas man says Walmart mistaken him as a shoplifter, and he's demanding free stuff for life or $100 million. So Auntie Bev, so he said allegedly, Robert Jackson from Texas, a Texas man, Roderick Jackson, he said that he was falsely accused of shoplifting based on his color and race, and he's suing Walmart for $100 million, or he wants unlimited free stuff from Walmart for his lifetime.
I would just take the $100 million.
I think I would take the money too.
There's not enough things in Walmart that would make me want to shop there for a lifetime.
Exactly. Yeah, I think I'm gonna
So
take the
give
money.
me the $100 million. You know, I always wonder why these things don't happen to me. Why is it that I'm never accused of doing something that I didn't do?
Yes, exactly.
Because I want the opportunity
to get the money.
to sue, to stand before a judge and argue my case eloquently, so that people will say, "Oh my God, give it to her! Give it to her!"
Yeah, I'm taking the money. Shoot, I'm taking that $100 million. I'll still be working here though. But
would you really?
I have security around though, in a chauffeur. All right, that was the hot report. Coming up, we got the that was the hot headlines. Coming up, we got the hot report. Auntie Bev, what we got coming in the hot report?
Ooh, we're gonna talk about the Emmys.
Yes. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Yes, we're gonna talk about the Emmys.
If you missed the Emmys, you missed a lot, because that was something special. It was the blackest Emmys I have ever seen on MLK Day. Okay. The hot headlines. No, the hot report is next. It's What's Up with Shimei. Georgia Cat. It's What's Up with Shimei. What's up, everybody? I'm Shimei Cook. I got my guest co-host, Miss Beverly Mahone, in the building. How you doing, Miss Beverly Mahone?
I'm well, enjoying this music. I actually liked that song.
Oh, you did?
I did.
That was Tyler Warner. That's a hit. That's the one of the biggest hits of the last year and this year. It's a very popular on TikTok, so that's why we play it here on What's Up, because it's a hot record. That's what we do.
Oh, hot. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
on a hot show.
Yeah, it's a hot show. And speaking of hot, let's get into this hot report. Here we go. All right.
Hi, Auntie Bev here with another word to help you build your vocabulary.
From pop culture to all the news at NCCU, this is the Hot Report.
There we go. That was another block and block.
I like that.
On What's Hot.
Make it your time, your shine. Auntie Bev speaks.
Auntie Bev,
Wow.
did you like that intro?
I did.
That was a surprise.
Yes, that was a real surprise.
Yes, she did not know I made that intro for her. Because we had our little production meeting yesterday. I said, "Oh, should I tell her or should I not?" Because I made it soon as you said you wanted to be on. So
wow.
I was very grateful. I was like, okay, I got to make her a great intro. I'm glad you like it. All right.
I do.
Yeah. All right.
I'm blushing.
Let's get into these hot report, Auntie Bev. What's in the hot report?
All right. The 75th annual Primetime Emmy Awards were on Monday night after being postponed from September due to the writer's strike. And that was a long writer's strike.
It was long. I think it was like 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. Actor Anthony Anderson, I was really happy to see him being the host.
Yes.
He was the host of the award show. And here is some of his monologue.
Keep those speeches tight. Normally on award shows, we do what's called playoff music, which everyone tends to ignore. This year, I've got something that nobody can ignore. My mama. Now, tonight, my mama, she is going to be the Emmys playoff mama. When you see my mama coming, just thank Jesus and your family and wrap it up. And I don't want nobody to get disrespectful with my mama, because my mama is from the west side of Chicago and she can throw them hands.
Shut up. That's enough.
Mama.
I want to go to the after party. Hurry up.
Okay, my mama. All right, you're supposed to be yelling at the other people, not at me, not in the middle of the monologue.
The time's up, baby.
I know that's right. She don't play about her time.
No, I love that woman. But, let me just keep this real and throw this out there about that relationship. I mean, okay. So Anthony Anderson and his wife are now divorced.
Yes.
Ex-wife. And there was some talk that there was a lot of mama interference in the marriage. And when I see those two now, I kind of like, well, maybe there's some truth to that. I don't know.
But the thing is, I like that when he got success, he made sure his mom got success.
That is true.
I love that because he has a game show on ABC. I don't know what it's called, but his mom is on it, and you see they're on commercials as well. It's like when he eats, she eats. So I like that. I love that.
Well, that's the way it should be because she fed him for all those years, so it's his turn to feed her.
Yes.
I get that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Major props. So I love that. I love he was a great host. Anthony Anderson really did a great job hosting these Emmys.
He absolutely did. Well, a big thing that was trending about the Emmys was the reunion of the cast of Martin. And they spoke about how they never got an Emmy after all the success they had.
This is a real moment.
Yeah,
Special moment.
You better believe it, baby.
Right.
We finally about to get an Emmy. Yeah, we getting our Emmy tonight.
What?
As a matter of fact, I got my speech on deck, too.
No. Carl, we're not winning an Emmy tonight. Please, sit your butt down.
Please, Carl, we're presenting an award, not being presented with one, knucklehead.
I'm leaving here with something.
Okay, no, wait. Carl isn't all the way wrong, you guys. I mean, we should have won an Emmy during our run.
True.
Right, Martin?
That would be right. That would be right.
But we were never even nominated, despite our 132 episodes.
What?
Our huge ratings and being in syndicated so much that it's a little hard for me to see the 90s spankless version of myself every night. You know what I'm saying, right, Tashina?
No, I still look good.
Okay. Okay. And she does.
Yeah, she does. And she has a show with Cedric the Entertainer called The Neighborhood on CBS that she's doing great as well. But what Gina said, I forgot her real name, but what she said was really true. That, black content, including Martin, did not get praises and Emmy Awards as they should, because a lot of this black content, Living Color, Martin, 227, Good Times, All in the Family. What was the other show that we were talking about earlier?
Let's see. You said in Living
Color. They built these networks by black content built these networks. Fox was based off of black content. They got all their clout off of black content and left the black content artists for dead after they got the clout that they wanted. And it's true, they should get an honorary Emmy or something because that's a big part of culture. And now syndication, you see it on BET at 2 o'clock in the morning, you see BET. I know they got to get that royalty check, like that 50-cent royalty check, but that's how
they're getting it. Okay, they're
getting it because the syndication is true. In the Cosby Show, no, Bill Cosby not popular, but that's a part of culture as well. They built these networks, and that's how it is. But yeah,
Living Single,
227,
The Different World.
Yeah.
I loved A Different World. I mean, that was my
but
first.
You see how they did Living Single? They turned Friends.
Yes,
they made Friends. The white version of Living Single was Friends, and you see how Friends got more praise than Living Single when they copied. But I digress.
I got you, but you're right. So it's
Yeah.
Well, we have to congratulate Quinta Brunson on making history with her win for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series for her role on Abbott Elementary, which I absolutely love that show. She is the first black actress to win in this category in 42 years. Trivia question.
What?
Who was the first?
I don't know. Was it Whoopi?
No. 42 years?
42 years. I don't know.
Lead actress in a comedy series?
42 years. I don't know.
Well, I know you weren't born.
I wasn't born.
How about from the Jeffersons?
Oh, my. Hold on.
Louise Isabel Sanford.
Wow.
Yes, she was the first.
Well, let's hear Quinta Brunson's speech.
Thank you so much. I don't even know why I'm so emotional. I think like the Carol Burnett of it all. Thank you so much. I love making Abbott Elementary so much, and I am so happy to be able to live my dream and act out comedy. And I say it every time, but I just love comedy so much that I am so happy to be able to get this. I didn't prepare anything because I just didn't think. I love my mom, my dad, my sisters, my brothers, my entire family so much. I love my husband. I'm so happy. I love my cast. I love Abbott Elementary. Thank you so much.
Major props to Quinta Brush, and well deserved. That show's it's great. Ratings goal for ABC, and it's she created that show, and she's the executive producers of that show, and she acts in that show, and that cast is so great,
phenomenal.
Phenomenal. It's out of this world. I love what they're doing, and I watched that show. I don't watch it. I binge watch it on Hulu. It's great. It's a great show and well deserved. Well deserved.
And the other thing is, she took her mother's teaching experience.
Yeah.
Took her mother's teaching experience and her favorite teacher, I understand, and created
this show.
Isn't that amazing?
It's great content for ABC and Disney. I really enjoy that show, and hopefully it's on the air for longer. And I love Shirley Ralph in that show as well.
Me too. My husband does too.
I love her, and she won an Emmy last year too.
Yes.
Yeah, she won an Emmy last year, and it was I love this show. Wishing Quinta Brush nothing but the best. What else have we got, Auntie Beth?
Well, finally, congratulations to Niecy Nash.
Yeah.
For her Emmy win for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Limited Series for her role in Dahmer, Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. I didn't like the movie, but Niecy Nash was awesome.
I'm a winner, baby. Thank you to the Most High for this divine moment. Thank you, Ryan Murphy, for seeing me. Evan Peters, I love you. And Netflix, every single person who voted for me, thank you. And my better half who picked me up when I was gutted from this work, thank you. And you know who I want to thank? I want to thank me for believing in me and doing what they said I could not do. And I want to say to myself in front of all you beautiful people, go on, girl, with your bad self. You did that. Finally, I accept this award on behalf of every black and brown woman who has gone unheard yet over-policed, like Glenda Cleveland, like Sandra Bland, like Breonna Taylor. As an artist, my job is to speak truth to power, and baby, I'm gonna do it to the day I die.
Major props to Niecy Nash. That's the best speech I thought of the night.
Yes,
best speech of very powerful, well deserved. Niecy Nash worked from the bottom up, and she's good friends with Sherry Shepherd. And she's been on the Sherry Shepherd show. Well, the show's called Sherry, but the Sherry Shepherd show on a few times, and they talk about Sherry and her are good friends, and they talk about how they used to live in Niecy's Nash's mom's living room.
Oh, wow.
And how they worked their way through this business, and to see that she got her Emmy. And I know you didn't like the show, but the way that she acted in that show.
Oh, she was great.
She was amazing. And I liked this. I liked the show. I know it was very controversial, and there was a lot of inaccurate things allegedly, according to the story of Jeffrey Dahmer, how he did what he did. But the way she acted in her character, she definitely deserved this Emmy. And you know what? I see this in this entertainment business. Once you get Emmys and these awards, more opportunities open up.
We hope so.
Yeah, we hope so. And I hope, major props to Niecy Nash.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of her. I love her. I follow her on Instagram.
Okay.
So I just love what she's always doing. And she keeps it real.
Yes.
All the time.
All the time.
All
And
the time.
she's a great actress.
Yes.
Great actress. All right, what else do we got in the high report?
Well, Smokey Robinson. Okay. Smokey Robinson had to respond to a viral TikTok when people were questioning why he made this album called Gasms.
And here's the audio. Here's his response.
Why did no one tell me that Smokey Robinson made an album last year? It's called Gasms.
Okay, you guys. I figured it's time for me to comment on the comments that I've been getting about calling my album Gasms. Gasms is any good feeling you might have. Get your mind off of sex, because that's what you're connecting it to. Gasms is not only a sexual word, it's a word that means whatever makes you happy. Whatever makes you happy is a gasm for you. So I want to clear that up. And people are saying, at my age, I shouldn't be talking about gasms. I still have gasms. So, and I hope I always do. you know. So I just want to kind of clear that up for you guys who are thinking or making negative comments about it and all that, because I'm very happy with it, and the response to it has been wonderful. So get on board.
As we should get on board.
Yes, we should. And I created a video
to
really further validate what he said.
Mm-hmm.
An orgasm is tied to sexual activity. However, an orgasm is anything that causes you to swell with excitement.
Yes.
And as I explained, a roller coaster ride. There are foodgasms. You know, there's so many different things. Eargasms when it comes to music. So there are so many different things that can create an orgasm, and we've just tied it to sexual activity, and that's unfortunate.
Because people have their head in the gutter. That's the problem, especially in my generation. But yeah. But the album's actually not that bad. I listened to a few songs. It's not that bad. But yeah. What else is in the hot report?
I just think Smokey probably just needs to kind of give it a rest, and let's just go back and do some of the old tunes. You know, I'd like to hear Tracks of My Tears. The Tears of a Clown, you know, things like that. I don't want to know about gases, but okay. All right, so in other news, Michael Jackson's nephew will star in a 2025 biopic. The Michael Jackson biopic finally has a release date, and according to Deadline, Michael will star the King of Pop's nephew, Jafar Jackson. Now, Lionsgate is releasing the movie stateside on April 18th next year, 2025, and Universal will handle overseas distribution. Antoine Fuqua will direct the film and production will start on January 22nd. And that's next week, isn't it?
That's next week, yeah. I'm excited for this movie. This is long awaiting. I hope, Michael Jackson is not, he's the king of pop of always, but people got to remember to separate, people would like to call him a creep or whatever, but he wasn't here to defend himself on those allegations. But he definitely deserves a movie. And, hopefully this movie is good, because when they did Aretha Franklin's movie, I didn't really like that.
Oh, you didn't?
I did. It was okay. I feel like it didn't get as much praise as it did, as it should have. I love the Whitney Houston movie. I love that biopic. And I'm ready to see the Bob Marley biopic.
Oh, I am too. My God. Yes, I am too.
Yes.
We went to Jamaica 2 years ago. And the resort we stayed at, they did a whole Bob Marley tribute. Wow. It was so phenomenal. Yes, I cannot wait. Yeah. And I think Bob Marley was misunderstood.
Yes, very misunderstood.
And I think he was killed because, not for his music, but because of the other things he stood for.
Yep.
One love, one world.
Yeah.
Like Dr. King.
Yeah. Yep, that's true. That is true. All right.
Moving on.
Yep.
All right, Angela Bassett finally wins her Oscar.
Yes.
That's the lady with the arms. Oh, my God.
Yes.
Okay, a true talent, an iconic queen, finally gets her moment in Oscar history. Angela Bassett has finally been awarded an Oscar. Fans have long championed for this moment, and many will agree that it's long overdue. Recently, at the Governor's Awards, she accepted her honorary award and cemented her name in Oscar win history.
Yeah, here's her speech.
I have had to let it sink in that I am the second Black actress to receive an honorary Oscar. This trophy represents my contributions to this medium of film, all that I've given of my mind, body, and spirit as an actress who is a Black woman. Do I go the route of saying a few words of gratitude for what this moment means to me? Or do I give voice to what I hope this moment should mean for generations of Black actresses to come? I proudly share this honor with women who stand up when they are told to stand back, who speak up when they are silenced, who remain determined when they are told they are defeated. These women represent those that I've had the honor to portray, as well as the everyday woman who surround us and inspire us to keep striving.
Major props to Angela Bassett. She has so many iconic roles. She has the Tina Turner role. She was Mother Wakanda. It's like Netflix, dropped some old movies on their streaming platforms, and I did not know her first role was on Boys in the Hood.
Yes.
And I watched it. I was like, look at young Angela Bassett.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
And she's still going strong on 911.
Yes.
I mean, she still looks good.
She looks amazing.
I mean,
she's the definition of the black excellence when it comes to this this entertainment industry. And like she said in her speech, for her to be the second person to receive this award, this governor's award of color, the woman of color, it's something that the governor's award in the Academy, the Oscar Academy, needs to take into consideration when it comes to black content and black artists. So yeah, what you got on this, Auntie Bev?
Oh, all I was just going to say is I totally concur with what you're saying, because Angela Bassett is the woman that every woman would like to emulate.
Yes, especially in this,
her body. I mean, she's a few years younger than me, but I mean, when I look at her, I'm thinking, "Ooh, this is Miss Fitness America," and she works hard. She not only works hard mentally to prepare for her craft, but she works hard physically to get her body into shape in order to do the kinds of things that and play the kind of roles she plays.
Yeah, and that was the hot report. Good job, Auntie Bev. You did a good job.
Okay, all right. I don't know, but okay. I'm following the script.
It's okay. It's okay. All right, and that was the hot report. Coming up at the top of the hour, we got the hot mix of the day, and later in the show, NCCU Mass Communications Professor Instructor, Mr. Brett Chambers joins us live. Ms. What's Up with Shimei Cook? It's What's Up with Shimei Cook. I am Shimei Cook. I got my special guest co-host, Ms. Beverly Mahone, in the building. How you doing, Ms. Mahone?
I'm here.
And we got a special guest in the building. He is finally here live in studio. It is Miss...
You're going to call me out like that and say, finally, I'm going to meet you in my office? Really? That's how we're going to start this? We're going to start this like this, huh, Shimei? I thought we were boys. Okay. All right. You're going to meet me at 1 o'clock in my office. I'm down in the radio station studio. Okay, cool. All right. Don't come for me, bro.
It's Mr. Brett Chambers, everybody. Mass communications professor here at NCCU. He's a man of many talents. He's a guitar. I mean, you play the drums, play the trumpet, you play everything.
No. I have them. And I play around with them.
Oh.
No. Like Al Strong over in our music department, he plays trumpet.
Okay.
Yeah, Marcus Anderson plays saxophone.
Yeah.
Thomas Taylor plays the heck out of a set of drums. And like that Robert Trowers who used to play with the Count Basie band, he plays the heck out of a trombone.
Gotcha.
So I own instruments that I play around with. Those cats over in our jazz department, they play music.
Okay.
I just want to clarify that. Okay, good. I just want to make sure.
First of all,
got to give credit where credit is due.
Absolutely.
You invited me.
Yes.
Don't forget.
Thank you for coming on the show, though. I appreciate you coming on. You have been a great mentor to me, in especially in this business.
You actually listen to me?
I do. A lot of people don't listen to you, and I think especially
he's right though. He's right. That's why I was shocked he did.
A lot of Auntie Bev is so good.
But you do listen. I have to say that. I have to give you your props. You have listened, and I'm really proud of you because not only do you listen. No, seriously. This is where I get serious a little bit.
Okay.
Because I've shared some things with you, and we don't have to go into any details. Yeah. But when I've shared things with you and a certain points of view, you listen first, you process, and then you applied it the way you needed to apply it that was best for you.
Yeah.
And I just want to say thank you because you're sitting here doing AudioNet.
Yeah.
You've impressed the folks at WNCU, so, you're going to do some things there eventually, and you're going to do some things at other places. You were part of that, the driving force internship with Stellantis. So you were out at Sports Durst with Kamatni and Greg, and Kamatni's bringing up cars from the Jeep and the Chrysler brand. So you've been doing the things that you need to do to get to where you want to go. So I just want to make sure that you understand that, and I say it to you in person.
Oh, I appreciate that. Let's not make this about me, because you're the guest of the show. I know this is my show, but you're the guest. We're here to talk about you. First of all, you went to Duke. You're a proud graduate of Duke University.
I'm a Blue Devil.
Yeah, you're
forever Duke.
Yes.
I'm Brotherhood.
And you went here for grad school, correct?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
you
did.
went to Central for grad
I
school.
did. Eagle Pride.
Yeah, but you didn't. You didn't major though in communications. You majored in public policy, right, for undergrad. Am I correct?
Public policy for undergrad.
Yeah.
Look at you doing research.
Yeah. Well, I'm a journalist. I got to do my research. So.
Not everybody does, bro.
That is true.
Not everybody does. That's why I'm giving you your props.
Yes, I appreciate
I'm giving you your props
that.
because not everybody does that. Thank you very much.
That. And you went here for education, right? You majored for grad school. You went here for education, right?
It's education technology.
Education technology. What made you want to, be a professor in this department?
The honest answer is I never wanted to be a professor.
Wow.
Yeah, and I've said this many times in interviews. Being an educator was never on my any task list that I ever created for myself.
Okay.
One day, and the story is very simple. I was sitting at a stop sign, and I was told I either had to turn left or right. I didn't tell myself that. It just came out, and I made a choice to go to the right, and that was come to Central to go to grad school.
Okay.
Because otherwise, go to left and go to Carolina, but I knew I would have stopped at University Mall, hung out a bit.
Sorry about that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's the one inside. Yeah, the inside one.
Gotcha.
All right, that's okay. Yeah. So
it's live radio, folks. It's okay.
I've done live TV.
Yeah.
That's minor. When you have people ducking lights, never mind. That's a whole different thing. Flashback. No.
You were talking about making left or
right.
right.
Yeah. And I made it right. Came to Central. Dr. Marvin Duncan was here, and at least I thought he was here. Turns out he had moved on to another position here.
Okay.
But when I was working at WTVD, he used to always try to get me to come here to go to grad school, do the education technology program. And so when I finally said, you know what, I'll go ahead and follow some direction that somebody gave me.
Yeah.
He's in a different role, but he was here. And I just came in and asked, could I have the paperwork to start grad school? I didn't really know what my end goal was. Other than go ahead and get this master's that Dr. Duncan used to always say, just get it so you have it, put in your back pocket.
Yeah.
It'll lead to something maybe, And it's along the same lines of stuff I already did.
Okay.
And so Dr. Colt was here, and his assistant, I asked her, just give me the paperwork. You can give me the lecture later, because if you give me the lecture, I'm going to walk out. And she started laughing. She just handed me the paperwork, said, fill this out. Dr. Colt came in. I started class that day.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah,
oh,
I finished the paperwork after class.
Yeah, okay.
I can't make this up.
No.
And so you asked. So so that's how I started at Central. My mother graduated from Central.
Okay.
My mother was a Golden Eagle before she passed away.
Okay.
I wear her every Founders Day and convocation. I wear her medal.
Okay.
To honor her.
Gotcha.
Because she's the reason why I made that turn to the right, not to the left. While I was in the grad school part, one of my professors asked me to help out on a grant that she had.
Okay. Literally
got dumped on her, but I don't want to say that because the people who hear this will say, "Oh, we know who he's talking about." I don't care. but seriously, it just came down to she asked me to help out with a grant.
Okay.
And I was doing a lot of production work. I just done a commercial at I think GSK or something, and that's GlaxoSmithKline. And she said, when she was pitching it to me, she mentioned something about health insurance, and that's all I heard. I heard the health insurance part because when I had my own production company, I'm responsible for all that stuff.
Okay.
So I decided to go ahead and take the gig with her, and she quit 2 weeks later, and I was there by myself, and the new dean and the former dean became my PI, principal investigator. And it was a wonderful Department of Education grant that really helped me understand education in a broader sense.
Gotcha.
and realized that education is actually kind of cool.
Talk about, you're a proud member of NABJ.
Yes.
And you're the one that told me to join NABJ.
Yes.
And it has, this is how I met Auntie Bev, actually, through NABJ. When Kelly R. Carter came and we went to a dinner, me and another student went to the dinner for her that was in Durham. Can you talk about how important it is for NABJ, for students to join NABJ who want to be in this business, in communications, in journalism, and media, especially of color? How important is NABJ?
Well, first of all, you have a family of 4,100 people that know how to communicate worldwide. Okay, so let's start with that. You have a bigger network.
Yeah.
Just that alone is worth it.
Yeah.
For students, that means you have 4,100 people who have done what you think you want to do, that will share with you how to get it done.
Yeah.
And can connect you to people who can help get you there so you can get it done.
Yeah.
So that's the short version. Okay. I wasn't a student when I started NABJ. I was a professional.
Okay.
And I was in NABJ, and then one of the founders also had an organization called National Black Media Coalition.
Yeah.
And their focus was more on become a producer and become a news director, or try to buy a station.
Gotcha.
And I focused on trying to buy a station. Because I tried to buy stations in Texas. Ooh, that was not fun. Actually, it was fun. That's not true. It was fun.
It was a learning experience.
Boy, was it a learning experience.
I like that.
Yeah, it was totally a learning experience, my brother. Because people were laughing at me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because you were black, or because they thought you were crazy, or like what?
All the above.
Wow.
Yeah, one guy actually told me, and the irony was, it was his job to help minorities buy the stations.
Okay.
And he said, "How are you gonna buy a station? You work at a station."
Oh wow.
I was like, "That's none of your damn business. Like, you don't know who I know."
Yeah.
And turns out, I did know somebody who's lived in Durham, and I have to give a shout out to another Eagle, Maceo Sloan. Maceo Sloan only asked me one question. He said, "What's the cash flow?" He asked me a business question.
Okay.
And then we went on from there, but we didn't get to station. But it's that whole thing. If you have a network, you have people who will connect and will share dreams.
Yeah.
But it's not just share dreams; it's share work.
Yeah.
Share preparation. Share how do we get it done, and how can we develop something bigger and better.
Yeah.
You know, like right now, a year ago, about right now.
Yep.
A group of us, Dorothy Tucker, who's the outgoing president of NABJ.
Okay.
Her, myself, and Regina Young at Bloomberg, we developed an entrepreneurship task force.
Yeah.
And we did that during COVID. We started off during COVID, and we did our first workshop at the National Convention as an official task force.
Got you.
This past August in Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, we didn't think we were going to have a big turnout because we were 4:30 on a Friday afternoon in Birmingham, and we were the last thing between everybody and the sports task force big party. That's the big party.
Got you.
And we had standing room only, and I was like, whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what we said, standing room only. And the part that really made my day was the fact that not only was it standing room only, I had 3 former students in the room that just came just to say hi. One was recruiting for her public radio station, Gabrielle, out in Kentucky.
Okay.
It's Kentucky or Tennessee. I always get those 2 states confused. And then another one was Ababa, who just become a producer in Miami.
Wow, lucky her.
Not lucky. She did the prep. She did the work.
Yeah.
She
I'm
got to
saying
Miami.
lucky she's in Miami. She'll have no state income tax. That's why I'm saying lucky for her. That's why.
My man.
Yeah, that's what we were about.
But she did the NPA position at WRL, and then she got into the Scripps training program. She went to Florida. This is, I think, her second or third job in Florida. You know, because she went to Miami from West Palm.
Okay.
Yeah, but she's an Eagle. So,
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
She did the same class that y'all. You know, who else was there? Oh, my man Calvin Barnes.
Yeah.
Calvin Barnes.
You talk about him often.
I do,
Yeah.
because I'm really proud of him. He's at NBA TV now, but he was shooting games from the first week that he was on campus till he left because he was
passionate.
Not just passionate, he followed directions.
Yeah.
And he got it done.
Yeah.
But he was standing there because I looked up and I didn't have my glasses on like I don't have now. And I just saw this blur of this tall guy standing in the corner. I was like, and he just gave me that brother nod. He was like, I was like, is that Calvin? Because I'm not used to seeing him in a suit either.
Yeah.
He was like,
oh yeah,
suited up. I was like, yo. And Calvin is not a small guy. He's like 6'9".
Yeah, he's really tall. I
yeah,
mean,
he's like 6'9".
Yeah, he's very tall.
Yeah, and his dad is bigger than him. I was like, because when I first met him, he was looking at schools.
Okay, so he was touring.
He was looking at schools.
Yeah.
And him and his pop, Dr. Hall brought him by, and my door got dark because two big bodies. They were 6'9". It was like 6'7". I think he was only 6'7" or 6'8" then. Only, And I promised his dad, I was like, yo, because I asked him, I said, what schools you looking at? They told me a list of schools. I was like, yeah, come here.
Mm-hmm. As you should.
And I looked at his father and said, hey, let him come here. I'll look out for him. And I did. I mean, but I didn't have to do much looking out. He just followed directions. And after that, it was like he was on his own.
Last question before we let you go. This media industry is very competitive.
Yes.
And can you give us some what am I trying to say? Give us some advice to people who are trying to go into this industry, who want to be at the best level. How can we? What's some advice that people should go into this? Who want to go to this industry? What should we do?
I'm gonna start off with my daughter has come to visit, and she's in the industry now. And one of the students I was just talking, you always talk about your daughter. You're really proud of her. Well, she works her butt off. That's
Google
why I'm
her.
really proud of her.
Google her.
Yeah,
she works for the WNBA. I think she has some Emmys, doesn't she?
No, she's been in Forbes 3 times.
Yeah.
I like that better than Emmy.
Yeah.
And she was in Black Enterprise 40 under 40 this past year.
I think I did see that on Instagram.
I think she recently got appointed to the Gatorade board or something. I don't know.
But she's something special.
Yeah, but anyway, this is what the last time she came in person.
Yeah.
First thing out of her mouth before she even introduced herself, she said, "Y'all need to learn how to write." And that's where she started. And I can't believe she actually listened to her father, because that's something I told her. But that's something her mother told her. That's something she's always done. Is she was always respected writing. When she was in college, she did a semester at Oxford, and I said, "What are you going to study at Oxford?" She goes, "Shakespeare." I was like, "You're going to study Shakespeare?" She goes, "Yes." She did really well. She got an A and stuff. But my point is, she says it as succinctly as it can be said. Learn how to write.
Okay.
Read and write, because the more you read, the better you write.
Because reading is fundamental.
There you go.
Yeah, reading is
fundamental. And learn how to. You learn. When I wanted to get better at writing, I read a lot more. I read the Wall Street Journal.
Okay.
I read the Washington Post. I read the New York Times. I read the LA Times.
Okay.
The Atlanta Journal-Constitution. I read the Carolina Times. I read
every newspaper.
Jet, Ebony, Life Magazine, Time, Newsweek. My father would quiz me on the Washington Post almost every day.
USA Today too?
They weren't, well, when they finally did come out, but by that time I was a grown up. I'm old.
Okay. Black don't crack unless you do it.
Dude, when the USA Today came out, I remember when they came out. Okay. I had friends that were working in NABJ. And I mean, I know people that used to work at USA Today.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite newspapers.
Yeah, and then and then when you learn how to speak too, because like my boy Donnie Simpson just did his last radio show this past week.
I saw that from Detroit. Yeah, he's a legend.
Yeah, he's a legend, but see, you have to understand. I heard Donnie Simpson in D.C. I grew up in D.C.
Gotcha.
And then when I was a professional, I visited Donnie Simpson at Video Soul back when they were in a trailer at Atlantic Video.
Wow.
We used to interview some of the same people separately. Like I'd interview them because they were coming up from Atlanta, and I'd interview them here. And then Donnie would get them, or they're coming this way.
Okay.
And
yeah, he's a legend.
He's a legend.
He's a legend in
and
this
the
radio
voice. Oh my God.
Yes, it's radio gold.
Yeah.
Radio gold.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chambers, for coming on the show, and you are welcome back anytime.
Just invite me and give me better directions.
Yes, I'm sorry. That's my fault. I apologize.
Don't worry about fault. We
Yeah.
don't. Let's not fix. Let's not fix fault. Let's just
Just do it.
Just do it.
like Nike says.
Yeah.
Just do it. Thank you so
Are
much.
they paying you to say their name on the air?
That's right. Unless they're paying you, don't say it, bro. Unless they got the money.
They got the money, but if they're not paying you,
if it's
don't
just
say
$10
their
every
name.
time you say it, that they can pay. They can afford to pay you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Chambers. It's
All
What's
right.
Up with Shimei Cook. The hot question of the day is next. It is What's Up with Shimei Cook. I am Shimei Cook. Auntie Bev, like that
hands up
song?
in the
Hands
air.
up in the air. That was Big Sean, my last, right here on NCCU Audio Net. It is What's Hot with Shimei Cook. It's time for the hot question of the day. So recently, put out the poll, as I do every show, every week, on my Instagram at Shimei Cook TV. I put a question out, because we had Monday off, and Auntie Bev went on Instagram Live, and she had a great question. And I like the question. She said, matter of fact, I'm going to let Auntie Beth speak for herself. What was the question, Auntie Beth?
Well, I wanted to know if people prefer to be entertained on Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday as a celebration, to be jovial, to have fun, or did they prefer to be educated in an effort to learn more about Dr. King's life, legacy, and the Black culture in general?
And according to the poll, and over 255 people voted.
Wow, really?
Yes.
That's excellent. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys for the votes. 84% of the people say they want to be educated, and 16 of the people say they want to be entertained. So I am very happy with those results, because if you rather be, I say both, because here's why.
Edutained.
And I love the word that you made up.
Edutained.
Edutained. You know why? Because, and you mentioned this in the live on Monday as well. You see these players, players basically of color, saying that they are grateful for the opportunity to play and to play the game that Dr. King fought for, because before, Black people couldn't play sports. Bill Russell was spit on. The city of Boston was one of the racist towns. It still is too. But it's a lot of Black people in Boston. I'm letting you know that it's a lot of Black people in Boston. But Bill Russell fought for equal rights along with Dr. King. To have players of color compete in these sports. And I feel like these networks, they do try to get a money grab, but I feel like it's a good thing to it's a good way to entertain but also inform us on what he stood for. And that's why I say both, because I think it's a way that and I like what you brought too. You said that I'll work on, because he did fight for me not to work on that day. I didn't take the day off, and I like that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's important, because I grew up in the 70s. Well, I was an adult in the 70s, and jobs in communications for people like me were really hard to come by,
and they still are.
And they still are.
They still are.
So the fact that Dr. King was out there promoting, equality and in all avenues of life, including work, said to me that when his birthday comes around, I'm going to work in honor of him. So yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you guys so much for the votes.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. I mean, I appreciate this. I didn't really know. Let me just be honest. I didn't know how to really do the poll.
Yeah, it's fine.
But I appreciate those of you who follow Auntie Bev on social media.
Yes.
If that was you, and even if it wasn't you, I appreciate the fact that you all support Shimei.
Oh, thank you so much, Auntie Bev, and thank you for your support as well. Up next is towards that time. It's time. My quote of the day is next here on What's Hot. Is What's Hot with Shimei Cook.
You're listening to What's Hot on NCCU AudioNet.
It is What's Hot with Shimei Cook. I am Shimei Cook. I got my special guest co-host, Miss Beverly Mahone, in the building. How you doing, Miss Mahone?
I'm well. I have enjoyed myself immensely.
Thank you so much. First of all, Auntie Bev, this is such an honor for you to be coming on the show. Because listen, first of all, let everybody know who you are. If they're living under a rock, like, if you don't know who this woman is, let everybody know who you are and where to follow you and how to get in contact with you, or because for students wise for NCCU, because you're a writing consultant.
Oh,
Let's
that's
start with
right.
that.
Okay, so yes, I am one of the writing consultants at NCCU's Writing Studio. So if you need to make an appointment for your writing, please contact the Writing Studio at I think it's 530-6095. I think so.
Got you.
But it's something like that. But just understand that I take writing very seriously. So don't come to me with foolishness. Don't come to me with broken English. And let's work on making sure that your writing shines.
Got you. Okay.
Okay. Is that fair?
I believe that's fair.
And you can follow me on social media. I love saying this now,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Before I was like, okay. But seriously,
Yes.
I do go by Auntie Bev on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook. And you can follow me. Just look up Auntie Bev or Beverly Mahone, and you'll find me. And I do vocabulary videos every single day.
Yes, and this is worth a follow. Okay.
And the word today is opportune.
Opportune. And I had a great time with you today.
You're a great host.
I appreciate
You're
that.
fun.
I try to be
entertaining.
This is what we want. First of all, how did it feel to do the show after 20 years? Or be on radio after 20 years?
Well, weird. But you guided me through. And it was scripted. So I had something that I could actually look at as opposed to doing it extemporaneously. So that was a good thing.
Okay. Thank you so much, Auntie Bev. It's time for my quote of the day so we can get out of here. All right, listen up. This is the vibe of 2024. People don't appreciate something or someone until it's gone. So appreciate that special someone or something today, because when it's gone, and you will regret it, and you don't want to live your life with regrets. God bless you. Love you for listening. Love you for tuning in. It's What's Up with Shimei Cook. See you guys next week.
This is an interruption.
AudioNet, Campus Access Radio News. The news is your news.